What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Wingin podcast. Jack, how are you doing, man?
I'm good, my brother. How about yourself?
I am doing well. I'm doing well. We're gonna have us a good one tonight. So,
Sir.
as you know, the Game Awards are this Thursday, this coming Thursday, December 8th. We're gonna be giving you some more details about what we're gonna be doing at the end of the podcast. But this week we had some stuff happen. Some of it ridiculous. Some of it is like at this point, why are we still talking about this? But it's just funny. And we had a movie trailer come out.
Yep.
Now we were gonna do this live, but you told me what Nintendo was doing.
Yep.
So I was like, we're not doing it.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it was Nintendo. It was Illumination doing it.
Illumination, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, we can do it now because Illumination dropped their own.
Yeah, they finally dropped it. Yeah.
So here's the. So do you want to go and do the Mario trailer now?
Yeah, we're going to do it now.
All right. So give me a second. Let me get that queued up. But yeah, people, we had the official, what they call the official trailer, or what I like to call trailer 2.
I don't understand how they did it though, because they did trailer 2, but then if you saw like the French one, they had a different type of commercial, and then I guess like another region had a different commercial. So it's just bits and pieces.
Yeah, they're making it like specific for the region a little bit. So I kind of understand why you do that sometimes, but I wouldn't have did that. But whatever.
Right.
Everybody getting the same thing. We ain't doing all that. So
right.
All right. So now, I've already seen this. So
yep.
Yeah, I've already seen this, but Donkey Kong. All right.
My man's.
Your man showing up. You gotta give it to him. Illumination knows what they're doing with this damn animation.
Looks amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go.
Damn.
Give them hands. Meet.
Okay.
Not sure if you know who I am, but I'm about to rule the world.
Wow. Yay.
But there's one problem. There's a human, has a mustache, just like you.
Do you think I know every human being with a mustache wearing an identical outfit with a hat with the letter of his first name on it?
Charlie Day.
Because I don't.
Okay, that hurt.
Bowser is coming. Together, we are going to stop that monster.
The point that made every fanboy mad.
We're adorable.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
I got this. No problem.
I've done that.
I think we all have.
Extension begins now. Get it out.
If only it worked like that.
Yeah.
Instead of you just dying.
There's a huge universe out there.
Whoa.
With a lot of galaxies. They're all counting on us. No pressure.
Why the Rainbow Road? Why?
Excuse me. Woke road. LGBTQ from what community says. Yeah.
Why the Rainbow Road?
Look, it's the best road. It's the craziest road. You gotta have to.
Why the freaking Rainbow Road? I hate that level.
If you think about any other track, I wouldn't have picked nothing else. I wouldn't pick nothing else.
I would have did Big Blue Waterfall. I would have did Thunderdrome. I would have did Dragon Raceway. I would have did anything but that damn Rainbow Road.
So you ain't gotta race it though. That's on them. You ain't gotta control it.
There's gonna be a lot of people in that theater having flashbacks. people gonna bring their controllers to the theater to throw it at the screen.
Hey, look, Rainbow Road is what it's supposed to be for a reason.
Yeah. So, all right, look. This whole Princess Peach thing with the pole axe. Clearly, y'all haven't been playing these games.
You can tell they don't play the game.
Yeah, clearly, because y'all have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, now it's like the boss lady, like she's defending herself, and now it's making Mario look like the. All right,
bro. Yeah. All right, cuz. All right, look, cuz. I don't know if you know this or not, but she's stronger than Mario. She's
Hey,
stronger than Bowser.
Peach get busy. Like
Yeah.
and the crazy part about it is outside of her own game, you could even see within Odyssey, it wasn't even like she really didn't even get kidnapped for real because she just kind of like, hey, now I'm bored. And then when she realized that both Mario and Bowser were fighting for her, she's like, I don't want neither one of y'all. Me and we about to go on vacation.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you play through Odyssey, when you get to the end and you just see her walk the hell off,
yeah,
you're as hell. You're like, wait a minute, you could have did this the whole game,
right? Yeah, but this is role play for her. She's not. Yeah.
Well, because there was that video. I forgot who did. I think it was Game Theory where they actually showed like you do realize they're trying to keep her from ripping a hole in the multiverse because of her game. Because of her game, like when you played her game. And she was like, every time she would tear up or every time she would like get emotional, wreak havoc. They're like,
right.
You do realize that's what they're doing. Like Mario and Bowser are like basically like, okay, Bowser kidnaps her,
right,
and Mario comes to her rescue to basically like keep her from like going crazy.
Yeah,
basically, because that's how powerful she is. And I'm like, I never thought of it like that until I played like Odyssey. Odyssey hammered that point home. Where you're like, wait a minute, she could have left at any point in time.
At any point in time. Like she was not captured by any means.
No, she wasn't. And the other funny thing about that was the fact that Bowser really was trying to give her a nice wedding. It really was.
He did it all. Like he went out, and the fact that somebody took you to the moon.
Yeah.
But they ain't loyal, bro. They ain't loyal.
Like,
you know what I mean? Like,
there was a church on the moon. I'm like, Nintendo, y'all have lost y'all mind. The only thing on the moon is a church.
I felt sorry for Mario though. Like the fact that Mario goes through all of this.
Yeah.
They come and quote unquote save you. Like, yo, I don't want you or him. Like y'all wilding right now. So I'm gonna head back to the house.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go pack my bags and I'm gonna go on vacation.
Yeah.
While y'all figure this out.
Me and my Tierra, we've been talking, so we just gonna leave.
Man, I felt so bad for Mario. I was like, see, that's why you need to stop simping, Mario.
Yeah. See, Luigi don't be there.
Yeah, he doing his own thing.
Oh, but I did like in the trailer, especially that first trailer, it looks like the stars will be in every different world. So we're gonna have a Smash Brothers star, a Mario Kart star, a Luigi's Mansion star, Mario. I don't want to say Odyssey, but getting a Mario 64 star because them damn penguins.
Yeah. So I like the concept of this movie from what it seems. You know, Bowser's gonna go collect the stars. Peach is teaching Mario how to be Mario.
Yeah.
And trying to get into that role. Now I'm curious if Nintendo would be inclined to make a version of this because when you think about Mario in general, we've never gotten a game that was like, hey, Mario needs to learn how to be Mario coming from the real world.
Yeah, and that to me that makes sense because you would not know how to do that stuff, and like everything they showed happening to him, you know you've done it if you played these.
Yes,
you've done all of this.
Yes,
like you didn't know that the blocks fail, so you just like, I finally made it. What the hell?
And then it drop on you instantly. But yeah, I'm curious to see where they go with this. I think the movie is going to be good. For the people talking about this Chris Pratt thing, I honestly, to me, I don't know where you get it from because I understand people saying like, okay, they have in their head of what somebody's going to sound like, right? Yeah. But there's literally no history of a consistent voice for either of these characters. Whether you talk about the movies, the live adaptations, you talk about the video games. The cartoon, like anything, like there's no one set Mario voice. Even with Charles Martinet, he doesn't have any crazy lines for you to say, oh, I want that. You just don't. So I don't know how you go the Chris Pratt route, but then you're okay with Peach, you're okay with Luigi, you're okay with Toad, with Key. Like, how do you, because Toad's voice is annoying on the video games.
Yeah, and I'm like, I think the voices work. I think all of them work.
They're great. I don't have an issue with them.
Charlie Day as Luigi that's great casting. But I'm sitting here like, Chris Pratt sounds right. I'm like, everybody's sitting there talking about Charles Martinet. You are not gonna listen to no hour and a half movie of him talking like that. You're not.
You're not.
I'm calling BS on that right now. Nobody's gonna listen to that.
And then for that one thing to be the reason why you don't go see it. Okay,
Yeah.
I take this as the same thing as the Pokemon boycott.
The
Y'all go
Pokemon
see it.
boycott, the Animal Crossing boycott, the Switch Online boycott. The
It was just
do we need to keep going?
I need something to be mad about.
My personal favorite, the Bayonetta boycott. You know,
Right.
like okay.
Like I said, I understood the Sonic situation, but with this, that's totally different.
It's totally different. And on top of that, I'm like, look, I'm betting Nintendo back there, like, please boycott this movie so we can make like $300 million opening weekend, please.
We'll do that anyway, but
yeah. But okay, so I gotta bring this one up because Doc Boy asked this question, so I'm gonna let you answer.
Who, after watching this trailer once, a donkey? You know what? I know Dark Void doesn't know me, so I'm not gonna take that as a shot. So
no, because you know that
I know.
Okay.
I know. You know what I'm saying? And Dark Void, I'm a Donkey Kong fan, and I feel like with no movies, no games, no nothing for a while, I'm just like, hey, they just leaving him out to dry, and then you're gonna put him in this movie, which he should be in this movie.
Yeah.
But this just drives it home. Like, why have y'all not taken another crack at the 3D games? Why hasn't there been a movie? I mean, he had a whole cartoon.
I'm
so,
like for a while. That cartoon was long. Yeah.
So there, like, I get it. If this is Mario's first, well, quote unquote first movie, then yeah, Donkey Kong shouldn't have one yet. But I'm just saying, like, yes, I don't know what route you go. Because I'm not trying to go no Planet of the Apes route. I'm not trying to go no
You don't want to do that? You don't do Nintendo Planet of the Apes?
Hell no. No. None. I'm cool on all of that. But this right here would lead into a Donkey Kong movie because you see a whole bunch. Like, because we've only known the main quote unquote characters of Donkey Kong. Whether you're talking about Diddy, Trixie, Dixie, Funky, Kitty, Cranky, you know what I'm saying? Like Candy, like all of them. But when you see this many monkeys around and you're like, okay, so this is like a whole civilization. And they got their whole little thing going. So yeah, it could happen. I just don't know what you do with it. But you definitely got to start off with King K. Rool, though.
Yeah. Because the way it's looking like they can spin it out of it. The way
yeah.
Now, do you have a problem with the design? I don't have a problem with DK.
I loved it.
I thought it. I think it looks great.
Yeah, because Donkey Kong is real doofy. Like he's strong, but he's not. You know, he's not your smartest.
Yeah.
Situation. So that's where you leave Diddy and Dixie and all them. But yeah, I love it.
That's what I was thinking. Because when people started complaining about the design, I'm like, what did y'all want them to look like? Like, you do realize this is a movie company. This is Illumination. They've been doing this for years. They're not gonna draw it like it look in the game. They're not gonna do that. That's not the point. Yeah.
And Dark Void, I know. I'm just playing. Like, for me, I just get sensitive about Donkey Kong. That's all. Like, anybody that makes mention of Donkey Kong coming up, I'm like, hey, what you getting at? You know where you go. But yeah, I know. I'm just playing.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where I'm like, when I hear people getting mad, I'm like, you make no sense. You really like. It would be cool if they had like some valid criticism, but you're like, you don't have a valid criticism because one, we haven't seen it yet. We haven't seen the movie yet, so there is no valid criticism to be had. And two, it's just a trailer, bro.
Right.
And God knows
they were fussing about the possible time frame of it too, and I was like, y'all gotta stop.
First of all, I grew up in the 80s and 90s where like animated movies were not over an hour and 30 minutes. So this whole it got to be 2 hours. I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, I don't know.
And anybody that got little kids or have to babysit little kids, you know good and well they not sitting in place for no 2 hours.
Man, I went to go see Super Pets. Them kids had tapped out halfway through that movie. And no.
So you expecting kids, honestly, and if y'all that have parents in the comments, y'all let me know. You expecting kids to sit through a Mario movie for 2 hours, for two and a half hours?
No.
Okay. All right.
My kids wouldn't even. Like I said, the only movie I've seen my kids really sit through without a hiccup was the Broly movie. That was the only movie they sat through without a hiccup. Everything else, they fading away, looking at other people's food, taking off for sugar. Like, they don't care like that.
Yeah. So hour 20, hour 30. That's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah. Get in, get out.
Exactly. Make you possibly want to go back and see it again.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna have to because the kid's gonna drag you to go see it again. But Shadow, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm good. How y'all doing?
Doing all right. Say Storm.
Yo, how you doing?
All right. So we were just going over these Super Mario second trailer or official trailer, whatever you want to call it. I don't know why Hollywood does this, but Shadow, thoughts? 'Cause I know you've seen it by now.
Oh yeah. It's that's good stuff, man. They're gonna make it fun. Threw in the Mario Kart elements and all that. That's good stuff, man. I'm all about it. It looks like it's gonna be fun to me. So I don't even care about it being serious or being canon or anything like that. It looks like it's gonna be canon now. Everything that's happening in this movie is gonna be canon. You got Peach with a spear. Let's go. Like I'm all about it.
And Toad with a frying pan.
Yep.
It's over popping.
Yep. I'm with it. With make everything canon at this point because we can't deal with the old school Super Mario Bros. We can't have that. We can't do that. That never happened.
No, that movie never happened.
Dennis Hopper, what are we talking about?
John Leguizamo don't want nobody to bring that up.
I wouldn't.
We'll leave it alone. Zodiac said this canon exists in the Mario universe. I'm like, man, yeah, man.
A bunch of cannons, actually.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, you're looking at people that are adding. Like Rosalina is canon now. Like you got you got Daisy. Daisy is canon now. It's not just a brown haired Peach. No, that she's a thing. Like
she has her own world, her own.
I am Daisy.
Yeah.
Luigi's like, what's good?
I know, right? Yeah.
They got their own Tyon and Uni thing going on. Like, speaking of which, she's trending right now. So y'all just.
Because of you.
Look, man. Dedication, bro. Dedication. You know how it goes around here. It can't just be Melly all the time. Other people with wings she trending too, apparently. Like whatever. These days, man. I swear. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 for Game of the Year. That's all I can say.
And we lost Sandstorm. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I guess once he gets back on, we'll have him give his thoughts. But I look. I'm looking forward. I'm still looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And it's in a good month too, so they're gonna make some money.
And
that's all that really matters. Because if it was trying to look, I'm the first one to tell you, if they was gonna try to go up against like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, they were gonna lose.
Oh yeah.
So because that comes out in May. So coming out of April, it's a good month for them to come out. You get at least 2 weeks on top. At very least, you get 2.5 weeks on top. You good.
Yeah. I mean, as much as everybody says Mario is the Mickey Mouse of video games, like nobody's topping Mickey. Disney got Disney money. That's a whole different.
But as far I think when people talk about that though, they're talking about as far as visibility is concerned.
Yeah.
But
that's in the gaming space though.
As far as money is concerned, no, ain't nothing beating Mickey.
Yeah, that's like saying whatever new artist right now is popping. They not hitting Michael Jackson, bro.
Yeah,
it's not happening. Like
I don't know. The closest thing was Sigurd from Bayonetta 3 when he had his little dancing montage.
Oh,
okay.
I must check this out.
You didn't see the dance off that Bayonetta had with.
So I muted that due to spoilers, so I didn't want to see that.
That was so funny, dude. You should watch it. Oh, it's hilarious, dude. It's freaking hilarious. Michael Jackson would be proud. Sandstorm.
Yo.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm still alive.
Right.
The Mario movie. I love the trailer, man. I think it was amazing. The whole Donkey Kong. I so wanted to hear Seth Rogen. That's all I wanted to hear. Is him say just like a couple words. Instead, they gave grunts. So I'm kind of mad about that. But
he was too busy beating the brakes off Mario.
You know what I'm saying? I got King Louis vibes from the guy who was sitting in the back. I'm assuming that's
wasn't that Cranky?
Cranky, yeah.
Yeah. That was giving me King Louis vibes, like he was about to jump out and start swinging. I want to be like you, but Outside of that, I thought it was dope. I thought it was interesting that they gave Peach the whole bodysuit,
Yeah.
the Mario Kart, and I know that's controversial. I know y'all talked about it a little bit earlier, but I you know, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Bike Suit Peach is canon though, and
Yeah.
Bike Suit Rosalina is also canon.
Well,
we keeping
Yeah,
these
you know what
things.
I'm saying? I honestly don't have a problem with it. I don't know about the whole battle axe thing, but I mean, I like it because it has a little flavor. It adds a little pepper to the zest. But yeah, she's all right. Go ahead in your bike suit. Go ahead in your bike suit. You ain't Zero Suit Samus, but go ahead in your bike suit.
We can't do the
What about to say
impossible.
we doing that? We doing that comparison?
What? Just because they blondes? We can't
right.
do it.
That's a whole different league, brother.
I feel like low key she started the heat, so I was gonna instigate, but
I can't wait to see that dueling art piece. So them artworks come out. Somebody's looking at that like y'all gonna actually make me do a Zero Suit Samus versus bodysuit Peach. Okay,
Man.
Yeah, definitely.
You already know. So now going from here, knowing that this is going to be a success, right? Do we see a sequel first, or do we get Zelda?
I think they're gonna probably do so. Whoever they got lined up, or whoever they thinking about doing next, that's what's coming next. Depending on how good this one does, because I think they are. Because I remember years ago, Miyamoto and Iwata was talking about. They were talking to different studios about their licenses.
Yeah, because I don't think
this was years ago.
All of them. Yeah, I think they're gonna pass them out like the Wu-Tang Clan. They just got them with different companies here and there to where Illumination may hold Mario.
Yeah, because like I don't blame them for doing for Mario going there, but I think like if you're talking about Zelda or something like that, I think the anime studio's probably doing that one.
I'm curious as to who though. If that's the case, it seemed like Netflix dropped the ball for possibly having that. So now
they would have had it.
Yeah, they would have had it, but they didn't drop the ball on that.
I don't know. That dude got fired and got his ass whooped on the way out. That person got fired, got their ass whooped on the way out. So, because I saw the little pitch trailer, it was good. It looked good. So, I mean,
So at this point, honestly, for me, I would love to see. Okay, Mario came out. I feel like only right for Donkey Kong because he was right there with Mario, Jumpman in the beginning, and then also because I love Donkey Kong. But honestly, we've had this conversation before. I don't know if you can do a Zelda movie. It seems like it would be a series.
Yeah, it would be better as a series.
Yeah,
it would be better as a series.
It'd have to be like basically like The Witcher. It'll have to. Yeah.
Now I can also see Star Fox as they already did our first episode, but they didn't give us the rest of it.
I think you can pull off Star Fox with just a movie, though.
You can. But they gave us the first episode of the series, and they didn't give us the rest of it.
Gotcha.
You gave us the first episode and didn't do nothing else. I'm still kind of upset. And then on top of that, it keeps showing up in my YouTube feed.
Like I said, there's a lot of ones that they can just either do a whole bunch of movies. Yeah. Or they can just go the series route. And, when we talk about what could be good movies, of course, the Mario route, Donkey Kong, Zelda, Metroid for sure. What else could be? Kid Icarus could be.
Yeah. Especially with the way they did Uprising. Yeah, with the way they did Uprising, you can easily do Kid Icarus. Yeah. Just the way they did it. Yeah, that's a good one, man. You think Mario can't fight Star-Lord? At least he has some star power. That's good.
Hey, look, there you go.
I like that.
I think he can pull it off.
Yeah. I think like if you're looking at something like Zelda, I think Zelda probably best served as a series because like they already have the manga for it, so you can actually do anime based off of Akira Himekawa's work.
Right.
To be honest. As far as like Star Fox and Metroid can go either or. Personally, I would like a series for Metroid just so people can understand like how jacked up her origin is, because her origin is not for the weak at heart. That story is.
Uh-oh.
Boy, that story is he Okay, he's back. All right. So
There you go.
We had little issues there.
They have a lot of stuff they can do. Like I said, when you play Kid Icarus Uprising, it's set up like in episodes, so you can easily do that. And Splatoon actually has a manga that's actually kind of funny.
Yes.
It's actually the manga for Splatoon is actually pretty funny.
Mhm.
So that could be either Saturday morning cartoons, but they don't do those anymore, or more like the anime. But that will probably be better for something like that. So they have hell. So they have a lot of series that they can actually do work with. So
okay.
I don't know what you do, but I'm pretty sure they got. If this is as successful as they want it or need it to be, I'm pretty sure they already got stuff mapped out.
Because that's big. If Nintendo comes in, knocks out the movie, then they already got the game front locked. That's the thing. But then also too, in a way, they were doing the mobile thing.
Yeah.
Because it's not like those games bombed at all.
Hold on, don't get it twisted. The theme park as well.
Oh yeah, the theme park too. Nintendo really, and then the merch. They've been on merch. But
they've been on merch.
Yeah.
I want to go to Japan. I want to go there.
Man, Nintendo America had me buzzing. Like Nintendo America was amazing.
Yeah, so that it is. So Sandstone, you ready to do your ready for your thing?
Hey, the Pokemon man.
Oh yeah.
All right, so the floor is yielded to Sandstorm.
Patch review.
Okay.
Did he just die out?
With the smile on his face.
He died out.
I mean,
he glitched out like the game. Is that
I think Digital Foundry got him.
Yeah, you're back. You're back.
Digital Foundry made you copy frames.
Somebody tried to cancel me real quick. Oh my gosh. So Pokemon, man. I actually, surprisingly, I literally just beat it before we started the podcast. Yeah, I've been running through that game like crazy, bro. It's a great game. I don't understand what these people's problems is with these games, and it's running a little raggedy, so I'm not gonna support it at all. I've had to tell multiple people that this game is fun, and I think Shadow has been saying it for the last forever, and I think it's probably the biggest time to really say it. Is that why are y'all so concerned about numbers? Why are y'all so fixated about numbers? There's been plenty of people that I've seen play the game, and they're like, "Yeah, this game is fun, but like, I'm struggling to play." I don't know how those two work together. Yeah, this game is fun, but I'm struggling to play it because. How does that make sense?
Because the number, the FPS counter says that it's unplayable, and therefore, even though I'm having fun playing it, that means it's unplayable.
That logic.
I mean, I saw some very interesting takes on Twitter this week, to where there's a few people out there that said, "Hey, look, if I look at the gameplay and I like it, I'm picking it up. I'm not going to go off of somebody else's opinion," and that's something that faded away with time. You know, with social media really getting into that cool zone, because let's be honest, we have a lot more gamers that pick up certain games because it's the cool game to get versus actually being gamers.
Yep.
So it's just, that's where we are. And when you start talking about Digital Foundry, which, you know, like I said, a system is not broken if it's serving its purpose, and that's what it's serving its purpose. And people are going off of that. I know a lot of people that have missed out on a lot of great games because this content creator says that this console is not up to par. It's not up with the times, or this frame rate's not 60, so I get dizzy, or this, that, and the third. Like, a lot of people miss out on a lot of good games, and so now they're saying this year is a dud, or last year is a dud, because they only play what somebody else tells them is a AAA high frame rate game.
I just held up a system that the last action to it was it being charged.
Yes.
And it will not power on. So I don't know what else you want me to say when you start talking about we need better performance and we need this or whatever. At what cost? At what caveat?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have a long review about this whole scenario. But it's just bewildering to me, because it instantly, in any moment, whether I've charged it or not, I press the power button and I get to see the Nintendo logo and I'm able to get into whatever I need to get into. That's not the case with other hardware out there, whether it's Aya Neo or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like, there's a gamble on what you're going to see when you press the power button on any of those other devices.
For sure.
And for sure, yeah, you have to cultivate and you have to go into these systems and configure and all that kind of stuff to get your best mileage out of them. That's true. But how is the same not true for the other system as well? For the longest time, we've been telling PS4 gamers, hey, you need to make sure you delete these games so you have enough space after blah blah blah. And I'm like, that's not a problem on Wii U because you just put the disc in and you don't have to install a game. Like those kind of things. And I hate that you can talk about these caveats if it's the preferred system in for the Overton window, but not for another system that's not part of the Overton window. So it's just, I don't know, it's just strange to me that we can talk about, hey, we need performance for this and performance for that, but when there's performance issues here, just deal with it. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Oh, your PS4 sounds like an entire airport. It's fine. Just go ahead and play. Just play the game. It just run through the game. It's fine. It's louder than your speakers are. Okay, it's fine. Just run through the game. It's fine. And I'm like, but I'm playing this other system and I don't have any of that background sound or whatever. And you're worried about numbers that are on the screen, but I have literally an airport sound coming from over here, and the numbers aren't that much better. So you tell me which one you want me to do. I'm just at a loss for words when it comes to that, man. Because I'm like, hey, well, at least it's better because it came out in 2021, and the Switch, the hardware was outdated as soon as it came out. I'm like, 2021 hardware was 2019 when it came out. So what do you mean?
So was the PS5, and so was the Series X.
Yeah, and 2019 hardware. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, it's okay. Whatever.
So I many put in, people don't know because we have our own little thing on Twitter, but people don't know I put in a little mini rant and this is why this conversation actually came up. But so for this game, there's different things that's going on in the game, and I'm not giving this as an excuse, but it's also open your eyes to what's really going on in the game, and understand that's what's really going on. There's natural weather in the game outside of the moves that you use: sand, rain, snow, hail, all of that, all going on while you're in a Pokemon battle. There's other Pokemon still interacting while you're in a Pokemon battle. They still have to take in mind that there's element effects like the wind going against the grass and all that other stuff. There's rain in the water textures and everything. And these Pokemon start to gather up and they'll watch you have a Pokemon battle, or some of them will still try to attack you. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're sitting in the what is the little tablet guy called? The Rodex.
Rodex.
Yeah, they'll stand around and watch you. They have real player detection, where if you stand a certain distance from any aggressive Pokemon, they won't attack you. But the moment you get into their area, in that certain amount of area, certain Pokemon will come after you, or they'll choose to flee or run away. Like, that is a thing in this game. All the while you're looking at effects from every single move, whether it's something that's just a little cut like Slash, or you're looking at something that's Torch Song, and your Skeletor just singing a whole song and it turns into a phoenix and attacks somebody. Like, all those things have to be put into play. You're looking at atmosphere, lighting, and everything. So there's and honestly, that's more than what's going on in Arceus. I know, like, people like to compare the two. Like, Arceus runs a whole lot better, but Arceus is also a game that's sliced up into individuals. It's not a whole world that we're talking about. This is a whole world, and we're talking about a game on a system that y'all like to deem that is very outdated, on a fraction of the power that you guys are expecting it to have. So personally, I'm not understanding. Like I said, I just beat the whole game today. I had fun from hour 1 till I don't know how many hours I put into the game. There's got to be at least 50, but I've had fun the whole time. Did I see the slowdowns and stuff like that? Yeah, I saw them. I feel bad for anybody who's had the glitches. I think I may have had one glitch in the game, and that actually, and I know what happened. I walked outside the main area. Hi, Vicky. Just want to say that out loud.
My LOL was real.
I see you.
I walked out of the main area into another area, and I was walking and looking around, but I was docked. When I moved over to undocked, my game crashed. It was just like, nope, can't do that. So when I booted it back on and started running on undocked, and that's the only time I've tried to repeat that situation, and it's never happened again. So I feel bad for the people who are getting the extreme, but like I said, I ran through the whole game and never, besides slowdowns, never really ever experienced any of those glitches like everybody else.
Which switch you playing on?
Huh? Oh,
Which
OG. I should say that. I'm playing OG. Old
2017
breakdown.
HAC001. No dash. That's what I'm talking about.
Man, my Switch need a cane. Like he's on his way out,
bro. Look, my fan grill broke on mine. Look. It finally gave up. Look at that. That joke is.
Oh yeah, yep. That's how mine look. Yep. I got a whole crack all the way down the back, like that's supposed to be the new look. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what's up. You got to see the copper. You don't see the copper, it ain't working.
So basically, what you're trying to tell me is your Nintendo Switch is now a member of the Akatsuki.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, he just doing just fine, like Muhammad Ali going against the young boys. You know what I'm saying?
You're six, man.
I still got it.
Okay, look, man. Look, my whole thing is, if you're having fun, you're having fun. If the game's fun, the game's fun.
That's the one point I don't get yet.
But that's what I've been hearing from people who've been playing. People who've actually played Scarlet and Violet. They're like, I'm having a good time.
Minus the nonsense, they really do. Because even like one of my favorite PokeTubers, Austin John Plays, he's like, yeah, I've run through it. He's still doing his videos. He's like, could it be better? For sure. But he's like, it didn't stop me from playing the game.
Yeah. And I do like, just like last week when I said this, I do agree. Like, I'm like, they probably should have held off this year because you already had Arceus.
Yeah.
But I mean,
they had to get it out.
You have to
release.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I understand, but at the same time, like, I don't think anybody would have got mad if they, or would have had a hissy fit if they actually pushed it back. I don't think
company would have.
Well, the people that are complaining, they were going to complain anyway. They were going to find something to complain
they
about.
They could have honestly dropped it in January like they did Arceus, and I feel like they would have made close to amount of money that they would have anyway, because people will hold out for a Pokemon game.
Yeah,
like that's
Pokemon doesn't need the holidays at all.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, dude, Pokemon goes toe to toe with Call of Duty and doesn't blink.
Yeah. I think that was more. I think that was more for Nintendo more than anything else, because Nintendo needed something for the holidays more so than Pokemon needed something for the holidays.
Yeah,
I really think that was to help out Nintendo. To be honest with you,
I mean, because they don't have anything big.
Yeah,
no, they don't.
It was just Bayonetta, and that's Halloween, so that's not even really. So I will say this, based on what you described, like my son's still going through it or whatever. Based on what you described, that sounds like a lot of gameplay systems, and it's heavily CPU bound.
Yeah.
And also memory bound. And let me get this straight. You can press the power button at any time and the Switch goes to sleep. Mm-hmm. You can press the power button again at any time and then the Switch goes awake. Mm-hmm. That means it's accounting for lower memory bandwidth, lower CPU core clocks, because you're using the A53s and not the A57s. And you can turn the game on and play at any time, any way, shape, or form. And if you dock it, it does whatever it needs to do to upclock to play it in dock mode or whatever, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, that being said, is your battery life shorter than 30 minutes?
Probably not. No.
So, if your battery life is longer than 30 minutes, then you have fulfilled the need and you fulfilled the goal of being a successful Switch game. You are officially a hybrid device game. and you fulfill the need of being that 9th generation platform game versus other systems we shall not mention.
Oh yeah, 8th generation.
No, dude, it's 6th generation. It's 6th generation.
We taking 3 generations away?
It's 6th generation when you play Pokemon.
Yes.
But then it moves
a
back-
PS1 game.
Yeah.
PS1 game.
If you're talking about the Pokemon games, 6th generation. We're talking about
GameCube Pro.
platform it's playing on.
There you go.
It's a GameCube Pro Squared.
There you go.
GameCube Pro Squared.
Hybrid means that it successfully goes through all generations.
I was just wondering if it actually turns on after you charge it, because I'm seeming to have problems right now with another device that I've charged. Wow. It's just like, ooh, that USB-C thing that you use with the Switch. Yeah, I don't like that right now. And even if I'm in suspend mode, I'm still going to drain battery. So when you try to turn it on.
Ooh, now see, I was gonna get one, but then luckily I stopped. But I'm gonna try my luck this year while we watching the Game Awards. I'm gonna have it on another screen because Steam is giving 512 gigabyte Steam Deck away for anybody that registered. And they are just handing these things out at this point.
I wonder why.
So, but I will say this though. I will say this, and this is pretty much spoilers for my review. It is godlike if you're a PC gamer, especially if you're a Linux PC gamer. It is godlike because you can go from room to room, especially if it is your only PC. Yes. I would specifically say that it is godlike for you. You will be spoiled rotten, and you'll find out how spoiled you are if you've used the Switch before, though. I mean, really, any portable handheld. If you use the Game Boy Advance or the DS before and then go to this, you're probably going to be frustrated. And I'll go into detail about that, but it's just a litany of things that you have to go through. And there's a bunch of people that prefer this platform that'll come up with a lot of excuses for it. But I won't give said excuses. So just tune in and you'll see before the end of the year.
So I'll watch it, but I got one question. Do you think the reason why a lot of people were jumping on the train was to start up their new YouTube channel or to kind of get some views? Okay, I was just making sure because they kind of quiet. Now, I see the channels.
And then you get free products out of it too. So
True. Okay, makes sense. All right, just checking.
You get to get the free docks. You get to get the 8-bit DOE controllers. You know what I mean? You say, oh, this 8-bit DOE controller works with not just the Switch. It also works with the thing that it competes with. As a bread tuber, you get bread.
Does it actually compete though? Because I think Steam is like, I know they're like, no, we're not. No, we're not.
They'll be the first one to
we ain't say that.
Oh, that's the thing. Like I said, it is a PC gamers heaven. Yeah, a PC gamers heaven because it gives you time away from this thing that I'm staring at right now.
Yeah,
you don't have to be the mongoloid for at least an hour. So that's great. And if you know what you're doing and you do a lot of pre-configuring, you can get the cloud saves working. It's not supported in every game, but going forward, obviously it will. So as of now, I've seen nothing but positive experiences from that. You just have to know what you're looking for, know what it's designed for, and try to aim directly for what that's good at, and you'll have a positive experience. If you try to compare it to anything else, you will be sorely disappointed. That much I will tell you. And specs aren't everything, man, because you want a total experience, and the total experience you're not going to get a carbon copy of that. That much I will tell you. I mean, bare minimum, there's this part right here. That right there just.
Oh, what did you just do?
That's just rough. I mean, that right there is just rough. I don't know what else to tell you. So there's that, and then the docking part as well. But you'll see the video eventually. So.
All right. So before we go to the Game Awards, we got 2 drama-filled topics to talk about. So
more drama.
Yeah, more drama. All right, so let's. I think this is going to be quicker than the Sony Microsoft thing. So let's talk about the Smash Brothers thing and why. I'm not going to say it like that. Why this is not a good idea to keep trying to blame Nintendo for all of this? Because As you're about to see, this ain't on Nintendo's head. This whole thing with Panda.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's what I'm hearing about that too.
Yeah, it's not on Nintendo's head. This is actually on them. So they released a full statement after the whole thing went down, and apparently this decision to cancel was not on Nintendo. It was on SWT. And the full statement, this is off of Nintendo Life. So the full statement, I'm not gonna read the whole thing. I'm just gonna read their actual statement. Is basically Nintendo's decision was solely based on our assessment of the proposal submitted by the SWT and our evaluation of their unlicensed activities. The decision was not influenced by any external parties such as Panda Global. Any partner that we grant a license to has to meet the high standards we require when it comes to the health and safety of our fans. It's also important that a partner adheres to brand and IP guidelines and conducts itself according to professional and organizational best practices. We use this same approach to independently assess all partners. If we discover that a partner is doing something inappropriate, we will work to correct it. When we notified the SWT that we would not license their 2022 or 2023 activities, we also let them know verbally that we were not requiring they cancel the 2022 finals event because of the impact it would have on players. Thus, the decision to cancel SWT 2022 was and still is their own choice. So, people, I don't know what to tell you, but at some point, people gonna have to understand if you're gonna use their IP, you gotta play by their rules.
I figured it was common sense, but
I'm like, did we not learn nothing from like 4 or 5 years ago with that whole situation where half of the top players of Smash, because they couldn't control themselves?
Yeah.
Did we not learn from that situation? No company, no corporation is gonna sit there and be like, we're just gonna let y'all do whatever y'all want to because y'all the fans.
Yeah.
Shut it down.
They would be sued. They would be sued to high heaven.
Hit the button. Shut
Microsoft ain't gonna do it. Sony ain't gonna do it. Capcom ain't gonna do it. None of them gonna do it.
Oh.
Can I say it? Can I say it?
Go
Anti-consumer.
Oh yeah. Let them have fun. Let them do what they want to do.
Anti-consumer.
Free marketing.
Yeah, like I'm like, what?
They have nothing to lose by this.
That's the big one, right?
These the same people that say you violated their privacy if you screenshot their tweet.
Yeah. Well, funny how that works, right? Because that's the whole thing I be saying. Like, all right, look, when you create your own thing, let one of your fans grab it and do what they want to. See how fast you lawyer up. Oh, it gets crickets then. It's crickets then. When you say that, it's crickets. But because I'm a fan, I should be able to do whatever the hell I want. Okay.
I made a mod of a Pokemon game. How dare you buy it and then copy it and then give it to other people for free? I want to sue you. Wait, what? Wait, what? What are we doing?
The fact that he was selling that too, I was like, what? I was like, all right, but yeah, this whole thing is stupid. Like,
did I not call it and say, oh, well, what if Nintendo patches it for free? Then what are you gonna do? Are you gonna refund people? What are you gonna do?
They're not. But even with this Smash thing, I like, for me, they better be glad that they even get an opportunity to do this at all after they got messed up the first time.
Right.
Like, Nintendo has a name to protect. People don't understand, having a name to protect because they trash theirs on the daily on Twitter. So they don't have anything. Like, it's okay for you to go and say, okay, well, Nintendo should do this and this. That usually comes from people that don't have anything to lose. So at the end of the day, we understand how big Smash is. You talk about all the other properties that get involved with Smash. So you talk about if something big happens, like a scandal at all, me as a company, I don't want my game in Smash anymore if something goes wrong with that name.
Isn't it like scandal number 3 now for
but
pretty much.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, they don't get it that you're like, dude, they're not going to back your stuff if you can't control your own damn tournament. It's your turn. It's not theirs. It's your tournament. Right. You can't even control your own tournament, but you want Nintendo to back them. Are you out of your mind?
Crazy.
But you can't control like the situation that happened a few years back. All those players were staying in the same crib. They weren't at a hotel. They was at a house. And you had people that was 24 to 14 staying in the same house with no damn supervision.
Yep.
Are you out of your mind?
Yeah, I saw that. Dark boy, I saw that. Hey, no, what was going on?
I did not see that. Send that to me, Void.
Man,
I did not see that either. But that's
saw
the
that.
thing. I'm like, and then you got people like you got certain YouTubers who are big in the fighting game communities who anything that happens, it's automatically Nintendo's fault. I'm like, they're not finna get sued for you. They're not finna get sued so you can be happy.
Mm-hmm.
They're not. And on the other side of that is, I'm like, okay, like you said, it's not just Nintendo characters in here now. It ain't.
You supporting a lot of names right now.
Yeah, you supporting Square, Capcom,
Microsoft,
Bandai Namco, like Sega. Like, come on, man, they can't just do that. And on top of all of this,
SNK.
Smash Bros is a party game. It's not a damn. It's a party game.
Hey! There's nothing wrong with us grabbing a couple beers and having a whole event out of a party game. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. But like, it's funny because I've never heard anybody claim that Mario Kart was a realistic kart racer that needs to be, in competition.
It should be. I personally feel like it should be, especially with them Dave and Buster ones. I need a real one.
Look, man.
You can't afford that cabinet. Nobody can afford that cabinet.
Yeah. That cabinet is what's up. Mario Kart GP and GP2.
Yeah, that cabinet, like, what is it, $5,500 on sale? Like, no, dude.
They need to bring stuff from that cabinet to the actual game.
Yeah.
That's what I thought they were going to do with the mobile one,
too.
with the iPhone.
Nope, they ain't going to do that. No. So, look, at the end of the day, I'm like, look, Smash Bros. Has always and will always be a party game. It's not, yes, some people have used it as their excuse to go to EVO.
Yeah.
They did. They used it as their excuse to go to EVO. They got good at it because they couldn't beat the top players in Street Fighter, Tekken, and Dead or Alive.
Right.
So, more power to you, man. Because the way Sakurai made the game, you can play it any kind of way you want to, but at the end of the day, it is a party game. It's meant to be played at home with a group of people.
Oh my God, but there's tripping in it. Because randomness. Like, why not? Like, items on, bro.
You can't play with items. You can only play 3 stock.
Final Destination.
On Final Destination. Like, that's the way you play.
That's real skill right there. That's real skill.
It ain't, look. You now, but if you that good, it don't matter, right?
It gives only the people who are good at flat surfaces.
Yeah.
not Lil Mac. A chance to beat everybody else because at that point, all the characters are even.
Here's my personal favorite, and you can't play with Bayonetta or Cloud.
Oh yeah,
or Sephiroth,
because there's still RNG with some of those characters though, and so even if no matter what percentage you're on, no matter where you're at or whatever, there's some float to them, there's some randomness to them, so they want to ban those characters. I'm like, no, like how about just accept the entire game is random and keep it moving, and it's just fun at the end of the day. Who cares?
Right.
I don't see nobody damn banning Ganondorf, and I'm sorry, you get hit with that two-piece combo from Ganondorf close to the edge, you gone.
If you want to say you're great at a fighting game and it's very deliberate what every move is, go play fucking Virtua Fighter. Go play fucking old school Street Fighter 2.
Yep.
Not Super Turbo, Street Fighter 2.
Yeah. With what was it? The original 8 characters?
Mm-hmm.
Just
go play Street Fighter 2.
Before they had
2-in-1s. That's it. No more combos. 2-in-1s. That's all you get.
Yep. So I mean, it's upsetting because of the simple fact that I keep seeing the same people make these. It's the same thing that happens over and over, but nobody wants to talk about. Everybody wants to blame Nintendo. They don't want to talk about the actual organizers. They don't ever want to talk about the people that's actually like how it was set up. I'm like, if
they support the organizers, they support them.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, and when you hear what was going on, you're like, it was Red Flag City.
Like, I'm like, step 1, that's a minor. Pause. That's a minor. Like, pause. What are we doing? Reboot?
Where's the chaperones at? Where's the adults? Like, what are you doing? Like, dude, there is so many red flags going on. Like, of course they're not gonna put their name or their money behind it. Why would they? And then on top of that, if they bring back the Nintendo World Championships, which every now and then they do, y'all are in direct competition at that point.
Right.
So no, they're not gonna. But anti-consumer, they're in the wrong. They should learn to appreciate their fans. All right, whatever, man.
And
right.
accept the times.
Yeah. Yeah, but when they start putting in DLC, y'all get mad. Get with the times, but they can't use DLC. Or why they doing day one patches? Y'all told them to get with the times.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have Cake Eater too.
You don't want it. Final Destination offline. Only short hops only. Like, come on, what are we doing?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, dude. So, all right, so let's get into this last drama-filled piece of BS. Sony and Microsoft in this fight over Activision. Shadow, you want to take this one?
Yeah, I'm about to say this is in your lane, brother.
So look, I already mentioned this before. We know what's going on here. So Sony basically is like go back to old school Activision deal where Call of Duty's coming out, promote the fuck out of it on PlayStation and keep it moving. Yeah. Right? That's what they want. Well, Activision is owned by Microsoft now. So I mean, I guess I don't know. Is the deal finally over with or no?
No, they still because it is a global brand. You got to go to different countries and pass their stuff. So we're still waiting territory by territory. Yeah, okay. we're it's essentially done, but we're still waiting. That's why they keep going with them and trying to say they even brought Nintendo into this, and Nintendo's sitting there like, what do we do? So the foregone conclusion is they got to contend with Microsoft. And Microsoft at any moment could say Call of Duty is exclusive to us. Or Call of Duty is no longer being published on PlayStation. And Sony's bitching because they know that Activision is one of the biggest licensees for the PlayStation platform. Right. They know that a shitload of Activision games, be they Call of Duty or not, come through their PlayStation licensing agreement. They make a lot of money that way. And if all of a sudden now it's just all free on Game Pass, or if you have a Nintendo Switch and sign in, it's now magically on Nintendo Switch. Now the Japanese platform to get that also plays Call of Duty is not a PlayStation. And Sony fears that. They fear that heavily. So they're coming up with every excuse in the book to say, Nintendo is more for kids and we don't need blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro. Did y'all see the list they put up?
We use launched for like 27 M-rated games, bro. Yeah. Stop.
Meanwhile, Nintendo just sitting there counting money like, I'm sorry, what y'all saying?
What are we doing? Nintendo published Ninja Gaiden Razor's Edge on Wii U launch day.
No more heroes. That's all I need to say. No more heroes. 1, 2, and 3. That's all I need to say.
Just stop. BMX Triple X on GameCube. Like
Mad World on the Wii.
Yeah, I was Mad World. Say Mad World.
House of the Dead Overkill on Wii. Like, just stop. Manhunt 2 was a launch game on Wii.
Oh yeah, Manhunt was crazy.
Eternal Darkness.
Yeah. By the GTA people of all. Like, just stop.
That's why I was just like, at this point, I'm like, Sony, you making yourself look bad. I don't know any other way to take, because like, once again, it's not like they're not going to get the game. Microsoft ain't Capcom. They ain't allergic to money. They love money.
Well, here's the dumb part, right? Like, so real quick, one of the craziest things that I saw that came up was Microsoft offered them 10 years. 10 years with this game. So to me, we've seen Sony take 2 shots at a first-person shooter?
I was just about to say
take those 10 years to try to build something up. You still got Call of Duty. Take those 10 years. Exactly. And you got Bungie. So take those 10 years, whether you want to bring Killzone back, if you want to bring Resistance back, or if you want to make something brand new. Bring that up, or even bring Destiny up.
Yep.
Whatever it is you want to do, take that 10 years to do that. And then in the event that Microsoft says, you know what? Screw Sony. We're not going to put none over there. This is going to be us, PC, and Switch, or Nintendo's platform at that time. You got something. Then you're good. You don't have to worry about it.
Then you can go back to complaining and talking about whose first-person shooter game is better than whose.
Right.
Halo's trash. So what y'all got? Call of Duty. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, the other thing too is like, ain't this a little bit of karma? Because didn't Sony like keep games off of platforms for like decades?
Mm-hmm.
Those unwritten rules.
Yeah,
we just now found about Persona.
We've been new. Like the Capcom also, they're just
Namco with Tails, Namco with Tails and Soul Calibur.
And the obvious one, Final Fantasy. We knew
that was very obvious.
Like they're halfway publishing
Kingdom Hearts.
Shit, so.
Kingdom Hearts. Yeah.
Because now you're getting everything. Like because they're going back and putting stuff out now. Because I'm like, why is Bandai Namco now releasing Tales of Symphonia? Why? Like, why are you just now going back and doing it? But I guess because those agreements are now over.
Karma's a bitch, huh?
Yeah. So I'm like, bro, that's why when I hear people talk about it, and I'm like, let's just put if the shoe was on the other foot. If Sony had it where they bought Activision, would they still be tripping like this? Like, would tripping still be going on?
I don't know.
But
I think kind of just went.
I guess you can kind of like sense a little bit of respect out of Sony though for Nintendo because they had to leverage all of those deals. So the only thing that will come out for GameCube is Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles.
Yeah.
Because you get the excuse for disk space and all that is gone now. So you're like, the reason why we couldn't put it on there was because this other franchise was coming out, and that's the game that's going to come out. And and then obviously that extended to Wii because you can't say, well, it's not DVDs blocking it from happening now. So we'll still just come up with another excuse to why we can't put a Final Fantasy game out here, even though it's a Japanese platform, it's hella popular and it's selling as better than the PS3 than at the time. Right. So it's just. Clearly, those were deals that were being held, and the publishers then at the time were stopping developers from saying, "Hey, do not make ELF for Switch or for Wii." Then at the time, don't do it.
And I'm like, because one of my favorite Tales games is Tales of Graces. You mean to tell me Tales of Graces F couldn't come to the Wii U?
It did in Japan.
Yeah, in Japan.
Oh wow.
See, that's one of those other things. Like Sony is just like, you will not publish this in the United States.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Which to me makes no sense. It's like, okay, so that's why I be laughing when I hear Jim Ryan going. I'm like, yeah, you don't like how I feel, do you? You don't like how, and the other thing too is, the Square Enix stuff would just piss me off because the Kingdom Hearts games coming to every Nintendo handheld, the Game Boy Advance, DS and 3DS, but wouldn't come to. I'm like, what? And then the unmitigated gall to not put Remix on Wii U, or but you want to put the cloud version on Switch because y'all can't possibly afford to damn.
I feel like there's something behind that too. I just got a strong feeling there's something behind that because even though everybody says it's Sony versus Microsoft. Sony's not stupid. They're not gonna put stuff like that on Nintendo.
So that's the other thing too. I think the biggest dig was the GameCube days because at that point in time, Final Fantasy had only skipped one platform. That was N64. So you knew they would immediately come back to GameCube if the excuse was disk space.
Well, hold on. To be fair, Yamaguchi kind of really pissed him off. that was some whole like Iwato's trying to smooth that over.
But that was because of them being a bitch towards N64 then at the time. Because they're like, we want the bulky drive or whatever. And Nintendo's like, we're not done with that yet. And they're like, well, we're gonna go with PlayStation because we could just write to a CD. Because I mean they literally had a demo for Final Fantasy VII done and up and running for N64. Just go to unseen64.net and you'll see the demo for it.
And it was running well too, because it was kind of like the same.
And it looked better.
Because the funny thing about it was it was the same situation we have with Resident Evil 2. Because at first they said it couldn't be done, then Capcom was like, "Oh wait, yeah, it can," and it actually runs good.
So imagine if Square talked to Factor 5 then at the time, and they're like, "Well, just use DivX and then make your cart, 96 megs or whatever, and now you have all the FMV from Final Fantasy on this cartridge, and the rest is history."
Because it wasn't a problem for Resident Evil 2. It was not a problem.
So it's just one of those situations where It's business deals, more than anything else, more so than what was capable, what was possible then at the time. And Sony had Square's balls, I guess you can kind of say. So
pretty much.
They're like, we're writing the check, go forth. And they're like, as long as you write the check, we will.
We
to
will.
the point where we'll lose the original source code for Final Fantasy VIII for you. Like,
lose.
Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
But they found it real quick when it was like, oh, we could put all of it on Switch. Yeah, they found it real quick.
Real quick.
Money?
Like,
where is? Oh, there it is.
Oh, it was right. It was in the bottom of the file cabinet. My bad.
It appears that our NDA is over. So what we'll do?
Yeah.
Who knew it would be in the Final Fantasy VIII folder?
Yeah.
I was looking at Final Fantasy 7.5.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. My bad, guys.
Who knew it was right next to the Final Fantasy 9 and 10 folder? I didn't know. Wow.
We play real stupid for that check, huh? I was like, all right.
Yeah. Y'all do want 10 to 10 too, right?
Right, we're still good, right? We're still good.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Okay.
Okay. We'll throw in 12 at no additional cost.
I'm sorry.
Whereas, like, Animal Crossing sold how many copies? Jesus.
Right.
Yeah. Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me all we got to do is get Nintendo fans to boycott our game and it's going to sell through the roof?
Right.
You know how it works. You know how it works.
Let's make an OVA of that. Get the OVA going. Get the OVA going.
Oh, also, and some defective programmers went to go make a whole different game for the Wii, and it's ended up selling like game. Oh Jesus! Oh, maybe we should get those guys back. Oh wait, Monolith is their own team now. We can't buy them back. Oh, that hurts. Oh, Nintendo bought them. Oh shit! What do we do?
Don't give them Xenogears.
But can we call them though? Can we call them and just ask them to like just come through the office one time? You know,
and they're like, well, what about the guys who used to make our old gameplay systems? Oh, Camelot, they're making stuff for Nintendo now too. Oh, they're doing Mario Sports. Oh, we can't call them. Oh, what about Brownie Brown? Oh, wait, we can't do them either. Nintendo has them all. I don't know what are we gonna do.
All right, so we got this new thing called 2D HD. Team Asana, what I need y'all to do is all those old games that we did not sell, I need y'all to remaster them and put them in that.
Yeah. And he's like, we can do that because we won't be Luminous Engine. I'm sorry. Is that horse dead? I don't know if
No, it ain't dead
yet. I know they're still. I know they're still like. We gotta find something for this. It's not going to the ground. It's not going to the ground.
They spent too much money making it because I'm
way too much.
It just don't. I don't know what they were trying to do. It just don't work.
It
just don't work. So
flip it as a glorified anime maker, animation maker, and just call it.
You know what?
Like, we're powering the new Kingdom Hearts. Oh wait, that's going to be Unreal Engine. Oh.
Yeah, scrap half the game. Start all the way over.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they did with 15.
Yeah, pretty much.
They had no choice because 15 was what it came out. There was a reason why Final Fantasy 13 was called Versus. It was supposed to be between them and Nomura.
Yep.
The Nomura team versus the other guy. I can't remember his name. That it was supposed to be between they two teams, and they had to scrap the whole thing and start over because the damn thing didn't work.
Luminous Engine, boy, I tell you what.
Final Fantasy 15 is like, we can be Xenoblade. Xenoblade's like,
no, you can't.
No, you can't.
No, you can't.
Now, how many people do you think will get mad if, let's say, we do get this Chrono Trigger remake that it goes exclusive to Nintendo?
Boy, the burn.
No. What'll happen is this is exactly what's gonna happen. They're gonna get mad, and then you're gonna have the Steam Deck people talk about, well, I'm just gonna emulate it.
Yep. That's just emulated, guys. Let's get the code day one and hack it.
We're gonna play it in 60 frames. Wait,
let's stream it.
Wait, we're gonna play it in 61 frames.
Yep.
And my inputs aren't matching. I'm like, because the whole game was hard coded at 30 frames.
Yeah, it was hard. The whole game was.
Like, I don't understand why the game doesn't play right. It's a 60 frames per second though. Doesn't it look smooth? It looks smooth. Can you play it though? It's just. Yeah, man, it's just
Well, it's a
frustrating.
turn-based game anyway, so
It needs to be more.
Look at
that's
how
what you
fast I
gonna
press
do.
A.
That's what you gonna do now. Okay,
Yep.
that's what
You
you
already
gonna
know.
do.
It's just so frustrating. The fact that you're going to emulate a game and then you're still going to connect this controller to your PC. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean,
at some point you're still doing the same thing. It's just hack this then. Just put the ROM on this and play it. Like I don't.
they don't want to
do
break
it.
That's the one thing that I have not figured out, because that was what was happening in the beginning, where people were hacking or modding their switches. It seemed like
To
that
play
died
older
in the water
consoles.
quick.
They were modding the Switch to play older, like to play PS2 games.
Yeah,
I
they
never
weren't.
understood that concept. Like,
Yeah, they
they're
weren't.
modding stuff to play older games.
Yeah, which made no
They're
sense.
going crazy. They're going crazy on the old games.
It made no sense. So look, man.
But nobody does backwards compatibility. Remember
it
that.
is to laugh. It is to laugh. So
Mhm.
I mean, but that's not what they wanted. Remember, I want to play new games.
Oh yeah.
What is PS5 mostly playing now? Is it PS5 games or is it PS4 games?
Definitely PS4, because
Yeah,
you shouldn't be playing God of War Ragnarok on the PS4.
PS4 games. Yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah.
I mean, you can't ignore 120 million sold. That's what, and I kept telling people that. I'm like, dude, they're not gonna. And all those games had it in the corner or in very small print, also available on PS4 and PC.
You know what? You know what's so funny about this? It seems to be that when a new Nintendo console comes out, most of that stuff gets shut down. They don't care how many they got. It could be 20 million, it could be 100 million. When a new system comes out, you might get one, maybe two, but that's it. That's all you getting. You ain't getting nothing else.
All right.
But when it seems to be Microsoft and Sony, and they get to a new system, they're like, but please, but wait, we just can't leave you like that. We just can't leave you like that. You need a little bit more. I mean, how many years did we go through before the PlayStation 3 and the 360 finally stopped getting ports, or the PlayStation 4 stopped getting?
Look, man. Look, Last of Us.
That's what Gwen saying in the chat.
Look, The Last of Us is still going to get another remake on PS7.
For sure. Why not?
What was the biggest diss about Switch? Oh man, it's just a bunch of Wii U games. And I'm like, that just means Wii U was a great system. No, Wii U sucked. Then why is Switch selling so well? Oh, because it's a bunch of Wii U games. Say that again. Say that again.
But they want that, and then what else do they want? Oh, Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Then what are the best selling PS5 games? Oh, they also have PS4 releases.
Yep.
All of them. 2K, God of War, just Horizon, just all of them are PS4 games. But double standards don't exist, people. We only say these things to be negative about Nintendo. You can't apply them to other platform makers at all. We all know it happens with Microsoft because all of that shit works going back OG Xbox One, 2013 system.
Right.
But I would give Microsoft this. They told everybody that from jump.
Oh yeah, they told
everybody from jump.
I love it.
About that.
I love it. I love the fact that I love the fact that I can play something on my Xbox One and then just go to series, and it's a seamless transition. I love the fact that all my saves, everything is there. Like I love that fact. I can just go from one room to another, and it's like there's no change. I love it. So I don't know why, there's some big diss to it being only for Nintendo platforms. And it wasn't people bragged about, it not being a thing for PS4, and I'm like, but PS4 to PS5, y'all quiet. I thought y'all get new systems to play new games.
You can't if the old game's still coming.
Right.
If you want new games, you can't be the first one on the ship. Not for no new games, you can't.
I'm just waiting for that next platform to get more exclusive games. Y'all realize that by the time I've said this before, by the time PlayStation 5 and the Series X get their own exclusive set of real amount of exclusive games, they're gonna be in year 4 or 5.
Then Nintendo will start 10th generation. So
the generation for them is almost up.
It's gonna be 3 generations in a row they start, bro. And I know it's people that
I'm about to say they've been
ignore
on your
Twitter,
like that.
but it's okay. Nintendo started 2 generations in a row. It's all right because Microsoft and Sony wanted to extend theirs. So once with Move and now with PS,
but they kind of didn't have
Pro,
a choice. They kind of didn't have a choice. It's not like but I understand why people get a little out of shape, but at the same time, like, dude, fact is fact. Truth like rain, don't care who will fall on. You can't get mad because the system the piece of plastic you like, ain't
number one. It didn't start off.
You can't get mad about it.
Well, let's just tell the truth. Those consoles are loss leaders, so they need to have longer generations so they can be profitable. So when the 360 and the PS3 came out and there were 8 billion in the whole combined, they needed to find a way to extend them. So you had the PlayStation Move and the Xbox Connect, and Xbox One and PS4 come out, and then you got Pro and X for those systems to extend their generations. You know, they had to do it because the initial investment in 2013 was way too much.
Yeah.
I mean, they spent a lot of money for those old Jaguar tablet cores. It cost a lot of money for them. So now they have the new RDNA and also tablet CPU cores, which people don't want to talk about.
Well, the other thing too is like this whole graphics thing is that, and Microsoft can afford to do that. Sony can't. Nintendo couldn't either. That's why Nintendo was like, okay, we did this, we tried this in the 6th generation. Y'all got mad at us, so we just gonna do what we do. We finna be crazy. We finna have fun. Y'all can do all that. We finna have fun. And
could Nintendo afford to? They could, because since they operate on so much profit, they could. But why?
But they're not big enough to sustain that. You can't. People don't. Yes, Nintendo is a corporation. They do not have Microsoft money. They do not have Apple money. They do not have Google money. They don't. But because the only thing they do
is make video games.
Yep. That's what they do. Go hard like they did for N64 and have look. So we're revolutionizing everything, right? So what we're going to do is our games are going to come out sparse and sparingly. However, when you play these, there will be nothing like it. And for years to come, everything will copy this. There will be Z targeting forever. There will be there will be analog stick everything forever. Like everything will change because of what we're doing now. And that was an investment that Nintendo initially did from 94 to 95. And, you know, I mean, it's great that they did it. But I don't know. Honestly, I don't think the technology is there again for us to even really do anything like that.
You got to do something unique.
I was just about to say this to Trinell, because I honestly don't think that's a thing anymore. The law of diminished returns have come around heavy now at this point. So being in year 3 is, to be honest with you, you might get better performance at year 5 performance, not graphical. Right. But graphics wise, since that was the conversation a little bit further up, graphics wise, you pretty much go what you saw, that's what you go get. That's
and now you could just say with this generation, the graphics thing is plateaued.
Yeah,
pretty much.
You're not gonna, like when Stadia came out with that first Connect thing and started talking about 8K. I'm like, why y'all even bringing up 8K? You can't even get 4K to work right. You can't.
Can we get 1080p 60 in every game? Can we get 720p 60 in every game?
Well, that's why my thing was I agree with like Iwata and Sakurai when they were like, no, you make the game how you need to make it so it can run smoothly.
Right.
Like trying to set this standard that's not really a standard is ridiculous.
And so the only reason they did that was because third parties were dictating what these other two systems were doing. Right. And since the third parties have really shitty engines that are memory bound and extremely leaky, they wanted these expansive requirements to build their games. That's why I always come up with what is the math to actually draw 1080p? And when I say, hey, look, man, you only need about 16 megabytes of frame buffer per frame to draw this, right? So you don't need that much RAM to do this. Why do these developers want all this extra RAM? Because their engine is bloated as fuck. So why do you, excuse my French, but that I mean, you're catering to them instead of, because you look at Nintendo and they're like, hey, we got our game and our system only has 32 megs of VRAM and we're still doing 1080p. What are they doing different than third parties that are struggling to get their games to run? Breath of the Wild is an open world game. 32 megs of VRAM. Please explain to me what they're doing different than other third-party games are doing. And Havoc works like a dream in that game. For whatever reason, all kind of magical things happen for a platform that was released in 2012. So why do we still have open world games today where you walk up and then, hey, you know what? Let's draw the textures right in front of you. You just walked up. Let's draw these textures for you. Look at all this pop in. Don't you love it? And also the system that is giving you all this pop in has 16 gigs of RAM versus the Wii U that only had 1 for games. Like, it's obviously a choice and it's a design choice. It has nothing to do with what the system is capable of. Because if you tell me that you go from Wii U having 1 gig of RAM and 32 gigs of VRAM for a frame buffer to now you got 16 gigs of RAM that's significantly faster than the DDR3 that was on Wii U. I'm like, well, I got 16 times more space to do what I need to do. Then why do you have problems that didn't exist in the Wii U game?
Mm-hmm.
What is happening different? Obviously, it's the people sitting in front of the SDK.
Yep.
So, and we're going to continue to chase that MacGuffin as long as third parties continue to dictate it. And I keep trying to beat this dead horse to people until they see it. Because I'm like, PC, right? You got a 4080. You got 64 gigs of RAM. Why is your game running like shit?
It should by no means. That ain't bigger than the console.
All right.
Is it the hardware at that point? Is it the hardware?
Oh, I'm bottlenecking,
Mhm.
That's why. Like, all right.
So
Yeah.
that's what I try to explain to people. It's so frustrating. But
we understood what this was in the beginning when it comes down to the community, right? It was a lack of knowledge. So the first thing you think, okay, if I get more horsepower, because we hear developers say it, we hear content creators say it. So that's what fixes all problems. There's no optimization, and it doesn't. So then when you look at what we say at this point, yes, graphically we've capped. At this point, like, do you really need anything to look any more real than what it does right now? You really don't, because games are straying away from games to turn into movies at this point.
Yep.
So they're just interactive movies. So if we look at Nintendo is kind of like the last saving grace of giving you an actual game and a different type of experience. I know a lot of people don't want Nintendo to leave the Switch platform or the Switch, setup. But even if they did, Nintendo's doing it for a reason, because eventually you're going to say, well, Nintendo, it's time for you to switch it up. Y'all don't know what you want. That's why I like Nintendo, because Nintendo's going to give you something that you didn't know you needed. And it showed proof between these past 3 consoles, whether it be Wii U, or the Switch. While the Wii U did not sell that well, that concept is amazing. I still look at my son's Switch Lite and wish I could use that for my Switch to play games. Like, that would have been amazing. But, they decided to go a different route because money talks. And y'all walked. So that's what it was.
Like, Nintendo took features away, bro. They took features away from 9th generation. And you bought it.
The Switch is the biggest FU to the gaming industry.
Yeah.
I will keep saying that. It's the biggest FU, because they were like, oh, we gave y'all a console that was feature packed and you didn't want it. All right, we're going to give you the one feature y'all kept saying y'all wanted, which is to take it everywhere with you. We'll let you have that. We'll give you jack else.
You still can't plug an external hard drive up to this. You still can't plug an external. You still can't.
Yeah.
Oh,
SD cards only.
Yeah. And you praised it. You praised it.
Oh, and by the way,
you praised it.
By the way,
but you
online costs.
But when you praise it, now you want us to put all the game. You want to support every Fire game that we had and put it on there. No, we're not doing it.
You got a subscription service with the virtual console, because you said you didn't want to pay for it.
Yeah, you said you didn't want to pay
for it. But now you don't have to.
And now
you don't like the games they're giving you.
Yep. But now you're mad.
Yeah.
Saying you don't want a subscription service. Y'all said you wanted a subscription service. We gave you a subscription service.
Knowing full well if they went back a la carte again, you ain't buying them games.
You're not buying it. That's why That's why they had to up the prices. One of the reasons was like Sega was like, look, we'll give y'all this, but y'all gonna have to pay us because last time people didn't buy the games.
I was surprised they even did it because I don't know if y'all remember at the beginning of the generation, everybody was releasing their own games. Like Neo Geo was releasing their own collection.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, Virtual Console's not coming.
And,
Like,
and Nintendo was making money off those licensing fees, so they're just like, this is a free check for us.
Yeah.
So look, man, I think it's funny. I can't wait to see what they're gonna do next because it's gonna be hilarious. Because people gonna be mad, no matter what it is. They're gonna be mad. I'm just like, okay, why already told you they weren't gonna do this no more in 2005? They told you they weren't gonna do it. And he was actually right. Time is proving him right because even Phil Spencer had to admit it. Phil Spencer had to admit it. He was like, "Yeah, dude, we kind of effed up." Yeah, y'all did. Like you have former bosses telling you that they started the damn console wars just so they could generate money.
Yep.
And you fell for it. You fell for it. So I'm
still
like,
falling for it.
Yeah. Still. So, all right.
To this day.
All right. So just to let you guys know, the Game Awards is Thursday at 7:30. Well, 7:30 is when the pregame starts. It starts at 8. So we will be starting at 7:30. You are welcome. If you go to our Discord, you are welcome to join or put a category up for the Game Awards live reaction. We'll be in there as well as on here. If you want to join us live here, just leave us a message there and we will get you a link so you can join. We have 4 free spots. So, and they will rotate. So if somebody drops out, if they want to drop out after an hour because they got to go to work and we probably going to be up to like 1 in the morning. Yeah, sure. So that's pretty much how that's going to run. The Game Awards are what the Game Awards are. We will not be playing the audio live just because last year we kind of got a copyright strike because of Warner Brothers and that sorry ass Matrix movie. So I don't know if Jeff's gonna have another movie there or not. So I'm not running their audio this year.
Shadow, put in the comments. Bring your own audio too.
Yeah, bring your own audio. BYOB, bring your own audio as well. So.
Yeah, because we're not gonna run it here just because I don't want to have to deal with that again. Because I had people contacting me telling me that it was gone, and I'm like, how the hell? It was just a reaction. I go look, and we got a copyright strike. So, and it was because of Warner Brothers. So I'm just not running the audio this year because I don't know what they're planning. And I thought the Mario movie trailer was going to be at the Game Awards. Apparently, it's not now. Because that's what I'm like, why did y'all put it out now with the Game Awards in a week?
Here's hoping we get something super special.
I say more Zelda, if anything.
Yeah,
Donkey Kong. Oh, I
if
thought
they're
there.
If they're there,
you know it ain't Metroid.
Yeah, because like they didn't even show up last year, so I don't know if they're gonna bring nothing this year either. So now Jeff Keighley did release a statement on Twitter saying that it's going to be streamlined this year. I don't believe him. And
world premiere. Say that every year.
Yeah, he says that every year, and it gets longer.
Never before seen world premiere, and they're gonna be like, it takes 2.
I saw this last week.
Wait a minute,
this is at E3. Like, this is
world premiere here. First time we premiered it.
Yeah. So he's saying this is supposed to be a shorter presentation this year. I hope so. As long as it's not like 2016 when it was 4.5 hours. That was too long.
Right.
Way too long.
Yeah, but they're usually 3.5 to 4 hours. So I'm just letting y'all know ahead of time. It's supposed to start the show proper is supposed to start at 8:00, but they are doing pregame at 7:30. So we're gonna start at 7:30 to be in line with them. So once again, you are welcome to join us. You can join our Discord. We'll have live reaction conversations going on there, as well as doing a live reaction here on the channel. So I just wanted to let you guys know that's what we're planning to do. I do know there's one company supposed to have a reveal there. Airship Syndicate, their new game is supposed to be revealed there because Joe Mad actually came out and said it last week that their game will be premiering there. So I'm actually looking forward to that because I actually like the Airship Syndicate games. They're actually not bad. So I'm actually looking forward to what they're going to be doing. I have no idea what is going to show up. I know what I would like to see, but I'm probably not going to see it, and that's Metroid, because I already know Zelda's going to be Zelda. So
Metroid's not going to be there.
Yeah, but I've talked to a Rule 2 review about this. I really do think that the next 3D Mario game, the next Metroid game is going to be cross gen.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying about Metroid now at this point. But that'll be another video.
Yeah, but I just don't. That's why I'm never a fan of a trailer that is basically an Adobe Photoshop and some audio. I'm never a fan of that.
Beginning of the life cycle.
Yeah,
the beginning of the life cycle, and we're still holding on to that
because they had to scrap it, and I understand that, but they should have just put retro on it from the beginning. But that's just me. But yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing Thursday. Next Sunday we'll probably do our wrap up review, because I think that's, if I'm not mistaken, after next Sunday, we're gonna probably take the next 2 weeks off just because of Christmas and New Year's. So yeah, we're probably just gonna do that and let everybody have some weeks off. I'll probably still do a couple of just live streams, because we do have Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core Reunion coming out, and I am picking that one up. So I'll probably do some live gameplay of that, probably do some live gameplay of some more stuff. So that's probably what we're going to be doing. But after next Sunday, we'll probably just take the rest of the year off, just so we can get ready for the new year in 2023. Thank you guys once again. Thank you guys for showing up in the chat. We always appreciate you. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe on your way out if you can. Sandstorm, anything you want to pip out?
Yeah, I'll probably do some gameplay back to Bayonetta, back to the business, because now I'm done with Pokemon. And I guess I'll give my review about that sometime this week as well. But the big thing is my channel's end of the year, our end of the year review / game of the year pick is on Saturday. This is the biggest one that we've had. I've tried to get as many people as I possibly can, as I possibly can, as in I think there's 8 people lined up for it. So make sure you guys come through. We have some home names. Some home names. So that's going to be a whole lot of fun as well. We want to hear what your guys is, how you guys felt about the end of the year as well. What was your pick for the end of the year? Don't forget, we are still on our road to 400, which I almost forgot myself. Road to 400. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe so you can win $40 for your choice of whatever online. I could pay for it. I guess it would kind of pay for most of your Switch expansion at this point, because I just realized that mine just got let up. So no warning. No warnings. Remember how you had fun last year?
Give it up.
Give it up.
Give it up.
So, but yeah, that's it for me.
All right, Jack.
I'm looking to do a video about the VR Christmas big push, where we're talking about like what you want to pick up if you want to get into Quest 2, or if you just want to get into VR this year. Now that I've found my webcam, as well as found my Elgato, I can possibly try to see how I can get some footage over to kind of showcase some games, opposed to just pulling random B-roll. But if I have to pull random B-roll, then that's fine. It just still showcases the game either way. So I want to go over games, accessories, and just kind of some things to look forward to if you're looking to buy a loved one or buy a VR headset for yourself this year, going into Christmas. So that video should be coming out pretty soon. When I kind of narrow down the list, and these will be games that I played, not games that you'll see on everybody's freaking top 10 list, like games that I actually own, games I've actually played, and then accessories I've actually used. So I'll tell you where to go, different sites. If you want to see different YouTubers that actually cover this stuff a lot more than I do, then I'll include that in the video as well. So that should be coming up pretty soon. And then, is the voting still open, or is it closed?
Yeah, I think
it should be
it's
closed by now. About to say, if you didn't vote for Stray, the game of the year, you messed up out here in these streets. But yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
All right, Shadow.
Yeah, I had a long conversation about Stray with my son regarding game of the year. That's just freaking hilarious. Like, what are we doing? Like, why is this even? But anyways, so the channel is Dead But Alive. Check the YouTube shorts. I'll be adding more of those soon. Apparently, that's way better than using Twitter. So I'll be adding some of those with little insightful little tidbits here and there. And just check out the channel, and I'll eventually post a couple of reviews that you guys might be interested in, and then the final thought process video as well. Just be patient. They're coming. They'll be out before the end of the year, and I may or may not do the Shadowcast depending on how I motherfucking feel. So y'all deal with it. That's where I'm at with that. So you know, that's all I got, man.
All right. So, people, we will see you guys on Thursday. All right.
Peace.
Peace out, peeps.
Peace.